Oh my God.
So, for those who don't know, just for the record, August Alsina came forward that he had a relationship, quote unquote, an entanglement from what Jada Pinkett Smith said with Jada Pinkett, right? He also went on and said that Will Smith said it was okay, right? Now, before we get any further into this conversation, everybody in the chat, this is not to be an argument. This is a discussion, okay? And this discussion is because I am a single male. Single. Still dating. My friend Nathan is in a committed relationship. I wanted to have another friend on here, and he also has a child. So, and I would love to have a lot more representation on here. But a lot of my friends have to work is one of the reasons I only have one other person on here anyway. So, please keep that in mind. And these are just my opinions, right? And this is only from the dating side of it. And I once again, to reiterate, I don't give a fuck about it being Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. I don't care. I'm more concerned about what it means for, for the situation. Like, once again, like, if you single out here, like, this shit changes the scope of the game. Like, this is a completely different ball game at this point. So, with that being said, I'm going to play the audio.
Red table for me, just all the stuff that's going on in the press. I felt like it was.
Oh, just for the record. So, Will Smith came on as a guest to the Red Table talk show that Jada Pinkett has, it's actually godlike. It's like a podcast, and it's very much about, speaking out, like, growth and having a team of people to discuss it with. A lot of times it's composed of her family, Jada Pinkett Smith's mother, the children, some of their friends, and whoever it might be detailing at the time or going over, or whoever might be there to, talk over something that's happened. But this time, since Jada Pinkett Smith was the person that all these, rumors were about, and Will Smith was one of the people mentioned, I don't believe Will Smith had ever been on the show before, but he is now in the seat of Jada Pinkett Smith interviewing her, and not the reverse. So they're just trying to get down to the nitty gritty of things.
Important to come to the table to really clear the air. Somebody made a statement for me that wasn't a statement I made, that went cray cray.
And one of the
How old is Jada Pinkett Smith again?
I wanted to come to the table.
She fine, however old she is.
The headlines, we specifically never said anything.
Entanglement is whack, true.
Purposely not saying anything. Any headline that says Jada said or Will said or the Smith said is not true. We've specifically never said anything.
Right.
So coming to the table was like, we just felt like it got to the point where you gotta say something.
Yeah, and to stop that cycle.
Yeah.
There's people's feelings involved.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I don't like how all of this came to be. That doesn't matter. It's all love, honestly. And I would usually not.
You can't put it on the screen. I don't think I can put it on the screen. I don't mind putting it on the screen. I just don't think I actually can.
I feel like it's a situation that
Yeah.
consider private.
I mean, if
Just feel like
you can see it, but I'm not showing it to the stream.
Yeah. But now Black Twitter has claimed it.
Here, let me see. Let me see.
But I feel like it's healing that needs to happen. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
Even though this is minuscule, I do feel.
Bro,
like
I can't do that. That's hella big. That's the whole fucking.
things that create the world.
Hold on.
The idea of not communicating, not
Let's do
talking about it, not
this.
clearing the air.
Ah, there we go. And you can see Nate talking up there.
Just being
Absolutely.
transparent.
And I'm here with you.
Yeah, I
No,
thank you
but we can
for
see that you're talking.
the journey with me. So that's what we're going to start with.
We're
Is
gonna
that
start
this
with-
is a very personal journey
Yeah.
that became very public
Yes, absolutely.
for whatever reason.
So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so let's.
Thanks, Humble Bunny. If they DMCA me, I'm just pointing them to you.
4.5 years ago. I think it was about 4 years ago. Started a friendship with August. And
Started a
we
friendship with
actually
August.
became really, really good friends. And it all started with him just needing some help.
Oh, Pichu, thank you.
Me wanting to help his health, his mental state.
Because for me, that was the thing when Og first came around.
Og.
He was
His name's
really
Og. Wait.
sick.
Wait, how do I pause this?
Sick.
Og. when Aug came around, not August, half of his name, Aug.
We're not giving him his whole name.
We not giving him his whole
Cut it
name.
off real quick.
We're not about to give him full power by saying his whole name.
Not gonna do it.
Yeah.
And the outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health.
Yeah. And I mean, we found all those different resources, you know, to help pull them through. And from there, you know, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided.
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me
I
to the
was
curb.
Done.
Yeah. we did.
That's a very important point. I was done with your ass. Kicked to the curb. They're really trying to sell this. What's up with it, Go By Gabe?
Marriages have that.
Yeah, we.
Wait, Nate. Just for input. Does this change anything? The fact that
That they like were separated for a little bit.
yes.
Does that change anything? Yeah, I would say so. I would say that if you're separated
God.
and really angry with each other, you cannot, or maybe not cannot, but you shouldn't be surprised if I'm gonna use the word if some entanglements arise. Wow, in that state.
All right, I'm gonna just bump you up.
I was saying you shouldn't be surprised in the midst of a breakup or a separation that a possible entanglement could occur
Oh shit. Okay.
in that era.
So wait.
Or
So
during that time.
okay. So you shouldn't be surprised by it. Hard call. Quick question, Nate. Are you out here trying to get entangled if you on a break?
Oh man. I mean, I think that's a hard question.
It is. A lot of people are like, man, you can't.
I don't believe in letting problems in your relationship get to this point
I
without
also agree.
certainty.
I also agree.
So
It ain't about like
So-
letting it. It ain't about letting it get to the point. The hope is that any relationship never gets to the point where they have to say, "Yo, I'm done with your ass," right? Or you have
Really,
to, where you have to worry about entanglements happening, right?
if you're doing a good job communicating, you won't get here. Now I can imagine catching flights and being gone for months at a time makes communication difficult. So
Here,
I'll
here.
give them
You're
the
preaching to
benefit
the
of doubt.
choir. Yes, that
Give them the benefit of the doubt. I'll give the Smiths the benefit of the doubt that they maybe have so much going on that a simple sit down like they have it on this show right now is hard to come by.
Yep, no, that's true. I mean, I will say that one of the things that I commend them both for is the fact that, like, regardless of like what's happening, like, this is some very grown people shit that they're doing. Like, if you have the platform to do shit like this, whether it's good, content or not, if you actually invested in somebody, to say that you're going to go this far, that's a lot. Like, especially considering that, obviously Will Smith could go do whatever the fuck he wants, right? He definitely
And
could have
maybe
been.
he has been.
And maybe he has been, you know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, I just wanted to touch on that, right? I wanted to see where you stood when it comes to, the possibility of an entanglement happening. All right, go. God damn it. I can't believe how much I'm about to say this word today. Back to Will Smith.
It's so funny. It's the word of the year, man, unfortunately.
Oh, my
Basically,
God.
We broke up.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well, at that particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over. you
Yeah,
know?
no.
Bro, like, see, now, like, I feel like they were smart enough to break this down to the point where they're like, well, look, I thought that we were over. Like, and they're both like, look, I 100% thought this was over with too, right? And people outside of that wouldn't have known that up until this point, right? You would have to been super close to have known that.
Yeah.
Soul Goki says,
They did a good job of keeping that
right?
under wraps. I mean,
But
people were talking. I mean,
he
honestly,
knew,
the
right?
media
People knew
was
this
talking
shit
about
years
them
ago.
being broke up for like a year or two.
Yeah.
So it, but they hadn't made anything official.
Right.
So kudos to them.
Soul Goki says, I like to
Yeah.
point this out. I want to just point out the homie Soul Goki says the platform comes off political to keep it 100. It does. I think the reason that is because like they do such a good job of like just being at the table and like, hey man, this was years ago. One, and two, like regardless of how you feel about the interview, because I watched it before, it's like they're telling you like how, like the emotion that was tied to it. So, all right, but good point.
Also, maybe the problem is we don't live in an era where this type of thing is applauded, I guess. Like, we live in an era where, like, you jump in a marriage and it's perfectly okay to just jump out of it, even though
Yeah, that's facts.
the fundamental point of marriage
Yeah,
is not to just get in and out
that's
every
facts.
time it gets shaky. Like,
I agree.
you know what I mean?
I agree. I'm definitely of the same mind of like, yo, man, if like, it's not anything to play with. I'll just to keep it short, like, it's not anything to play with. But even on the same
and what
note,
we have here,
yeah, right. But I mean,
I think
if you think about it, like, they are definitely taking the approach of like, yo, this is not nothing to play with. Like, they're taking it very seriously for the simple fact.
also, they're not a normal family.
They're definitely
This
not
is
a
a
normal.
power couple. This is like the definition of a power couple.
A black power couple at that.
A black power
a black
couple.
power couple at that.
Nobody is mad at Hillary Clinton for standing by Bill
Right.
after his entanglement. So nobody should really be mad at Will, who probably very well had his own thing going on.
Right.
Nobody should be mad at him for sticking by his woman.
Yo,
But
this is for me. He got like a billion Steve points. Like, I saw this shit and I was like, bro, that's hard. And the fact that you're legit like, hey, this is what I'm here for. Like, I love you. I actually rocks with that. BLM Dynamite, I see you. Man, make some noise. Make some noise in the chat. BLD Dynamite, I see you. BLM Dynamite, excuse
you
me.
want to go back to the video?
We going back right now. We going back right now.
We were over.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August. One thing I want to get clear about and clean up, one of the things that was kind of swirling in the press about you giving permission, which is, the only person that can give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes.
That's 100% facts. Back to it.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission because we were separated amicably. And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker, which he's not.
I think so. I mean, because this is your red table, and you like brought yourself to the red table. I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you some real shit about this word entanglement. She definitely picked that word specifically. It's a real word. It's 100% a real word. It's 100% a real word. But it's so specific, right? Hold on, wait. Let me give you guys the entanglement. Hold on.
I want to know why she didn't say situation.
The thing, dude. But I feel like it's because to call it a situation would defeat the purpose of it being past tense, right? So, okay, here we go. Hold on. Let's look at this. It says entanglement.
Yeah.
The action or fact of entangling or being entangled. A complicated or compromising relationship or situation. Romantic entanglements. So that, like I said, entanglements is
do
a
you think
real.
You went to the dictionary.
That's what
on
I'm
this?
saying. That's specific, bro. Like, it was the
Very
right
specific.
word. It was the, like, we're making fun of it, and August Alsina made a song featuring Rick Ross, but that's a real
It was Rick
fucking
Ross's
word.
idea.
It was his
You know that?
idea. Yeah, that piece
Rick
of shit.
Ross got on live and said,
It'd
don't
be a
y'all
banger.
think for a second he dead in the water because he talented. If he make a song called Entanglement, it's gonna go.
Yeah, he said that. I saw that. I
Like
saw
2
that.
days before he did it. Crazy.
All right, we're gonna go back in.
Yes.
A relationship.
Yes, it was a
Yeah.
relationship, absolutely. I was in a lot of pain and I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't find happiness outside of yourself. And luckily enough, you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner. I would definitely say we did everything that we could to get away from each other, only to realize that that wasn't possible.
So, just for the record, right? Like, her saying that, like, once again, just doubling down that they were, like, 100% done. Saying that it actually was a relationship. Now, if you remember back a few, maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago, that's when Will Smith got super active on, like, social media. He started his Instagram,
Yeah,
right?
I do remember that.
Right?
He was,
And
like,
I'm
hanging out in Philly.
Yeah, exactly,
hanging
right?
out
He
with
went
Julie
and
the
jumped
Kid
off a
and
mountain or
stuff.
some shit. Like, he was doing when he was
Yeah.
jumping out of planes and shit. Like, so this is just I'm using my MCU comic book rewiring powers to reverse engineer all of this shit happening, right? And I feel like that's
makes
around
sense.
that's when all that shit had to be happening, bro. Like, there's no way that that's not when that shit was going down. And even
It's
more so,
definitely-
and even more so, Will Smith said something specifically on his Instagram where he said, you cannot make somebody else happy, right? And, like, regardless of the reason for me listening to Will Smith, when he said that, I felt that shit, right? And I feel like right now, specifically, like, they're talking about that instance.
They definitely talking about that. That's during this timeline. This is that.
Right.
For sure. Like, why is he hanging out in Philadelphia again? Get out of here. He ain't never.
Right? Like,
He was definitely single. He was single and mingling, hanging out with the young street thugs in Philly. Like, it's crazy.
man, here we go.
Coming to the red table. So I'm in the Jada position right now. So
Okay.
you during that time launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good. And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with my codependency, which is another thing that I had to learn to break in this cycle of just that idea of needing to fix and being drawn to people that need help, whether it's your health or whether it's your addictions. There's something about that childhood trauma that feels as though it can be fixed through fixing people versus fixing me.
Yeah.
And I think that whole process with Og really showed me that and taught me that. And I'm really grateful for that lesson.
So, so she said it's been a long time since she felt good, right? And that helping someone else would, she thought, or I guess it's just like the way that what I'm hearing is she thought that it would fix her by fixing someone else. And it did not. And she said that deals back with her own, which is, hey man, that's completely big of somebody to say, hey man, that was on me. But like, real question. Now this is an adult question that we're getting in. This is an adult question that we're getting into. Chat, please put it on your big boy pants, because this is not meant to argue, right? is that wrong? Right? Like, is Jada Pinkett Smith, and once again, this is all opinion, right? Is Jada Pinkett Smith wrong for some people? Well, I guess the better question is, did Jada Pinkett Smith take advantage of August Alsina, right? And once again, this is not like me trying to point to the negative or anything like that. It's just a question, right? Because I feel like at any point in time, if you kind of address these questions, it's a moral thing too. It points at like your moral compass. You know what I'm saying? And that just depends on what you consider wrong or right. Nate, do you think?
I'm going to have to go ahead and say there's no way she's really being manipulative of this guy. I mean, she really has nothing to gain from this relationship.
Right.
Zero. She has nothing to gain from it outside of what she admitted to gaining from it. You know? Yeah.
Okay. So, I think I can't say that I agree, but I understand, right? I don't condone, but I understand, right? Like, even her explaining, I understand it. I am in the agreement, right? That, like, if at any point in time y'all start doing anything, like, it's gonna be consensual. You could tell by the way, like, August Alsina was talking, like, it was 100% consensual, but he got a lot more attached, you know what I'm saying, than Jada did, right? But she did say it was a relationship, right? But just the fact of the matter is that some people see it as that, like, she pointed out that there was something wrong with August. Even Will Smith did himself. So to say that, like, it was manipulation or that she took advantage, I feel like that's a bit pushing it. Do I feel like it should have happened still? That's a different question, because I feel like that's just a tiptoe-y, you know, walking on eggshells kind of topic that really doesn't matter, because that's between those two people. But I feel like that's one of the major things that a lot of people have talked about when talking about this instance. It's just the fact that, like, a lot of people consider Jada Pinkett Smith at this point a predator of sorts, right? Because of, and I think that's only the perception because of how hurt August Alsina seems. One, but it's just the fact that the way that it's detailed, it just makes it seem like August is like, look, man, like, that shit destroyed me, and it happened with these people. Now, I don't know why he decided. I will say my only issue is, like, him deciding to come out with it. Like, I don't know what that did for him, especially to bring it to the public light and kind of put these other people into it. But I do understand, like, the sentiment of being like, look, man, August Alsina they're two consenting adults, right? You can't really say she took advantage. Was it right? Would someone else would have done it? Probably not. Was it right or wrong? That's just dependent on the person.
Let's talk about who's wrong here.
Okay.
See, he's a friend of the family, okay?
All right. Okay.
She's getting close to him. She's feeling however she's feeling. Maybe she engaged the situation. But you can say no, brother. You can say, no, I'm friends with your son and your husband.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can tell you right now,
So,
like, I'm not finna do it. Like, if I'm August Alsina, I mean, it is Jada Pinkett Smith, and but no, like, you can't be cool with the son and be like, oh yeah, man, your mom's though. Like, come on, man. Like,
I'll be honest. If one of my friends sleeps with my mom,
it's done, right? Am I tripping?
He should not expect us to be fine.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, you can't hit my mama and then come back and be like, yo, what's up, Steve? You trying to play some Marvel? Like, get out of my house.
Hey, you wanna get on this remix? No.
Bro, you trying to hop on this Call of Duty? Bro, if you don't get the hell out of my house, I'm actually gonna block you. I don't block people for shit. Bro, I'm blocking you. I'm blocking you on PSN. I don't even play my Xbox, but Xbox Live, you might as well forget it. Twitter, Facebook, all of that. I might as well be a fucking blank spot in the universe, because I will never talk. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it.
If I'm Jaden Smith, I'm calling my thug cousins in Philadelphia, I'm telling them it's a no-fly zone for August if you come to your city. If you like my older friend, for some odd reason, I got a friend who's like 20 years older than me,
Oh my God.
and my mom's single, maybe.
Maybe, right?
If
But
you
y'all
come
in the
and say
same range,
something-
bro. Like y'all are in the
If
same
you come
range.
and say something, but if you say no to her, you're a grown man.
Yeah. I will
Grown
say,
man. You can say no just like
I will
anybody
say,
can say no.
I will say, look, man, the fact of the matter is like, I don't know how, like, you can't go from being homies and then trying or just, taking that was like a deal breaker. I don't care what.
I'd have been writing this song. Shout out to Jada for being a better human being.
For
than
being
me.
a better human being, Jaden Smith. Hold on, man. Like, look. All I'm saying is, I would not operate that way. August Alsina thought it was the best thing to do. I disagree. I can't.
Also,
Go on.
let's talk about Will.
Go
He's
on.
a friend of the family. He's a friend of
Facts.
Will. Will's helping him too.
Yep.
He said, Will
Now
said
that's what I
we
think.
helped him.
That's
We
what
helped
I
him.
don't like.
So, so you wanna? I don't care how old she is and how much money she got and how powerful she is. Sleeping with somebody is not even an easy thing to do. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's
Facts.
not like you don't have to do all types of things. Like they had to get hotels.
Yep.
They had to get, you know what I'm saying?
No, they definitely like that's something like
you
you
have to
committed
go
to
out
that.
of the way.
That's a commit. Like you definitely said that out loud. Like we
Exactly.
texted like, yo, what's up? You trying to get entangled in like 15 minutes? Like that's actually what was happening.
So, and even if you got caught in a moment of weakness, right? Then maybe do it once and never tell another soul. But you try to engage in an entire relationship with this lady.
Right?
So
And then
I don't wanna hear this,
and then exposed it. Like I think like it's
yeah.
that's weird to me. Like I'm not saying once again, I'm not saying that like bad on any side. All I'm saying is like if Steve was in the situation, right? Like my moral compass is like I'm not doing that. As August Alsina. As Jada Pinkett Smith, I'm also not doing that, right? And that's with, whatever the issue may be. And that's just from my issue. My goal is to never let that happen. Regardless of what's affecting me, that's not something that I would go to be like, this is definitely gonna make me feel better. Like I mean, don't get me wrong, it'll make you feel better. That's I'm not gonna dispute that. But like in the long term, come on, bro. Like for what?
It's not that hard to say, you know what? You kind of bugging. We can't do that.
Yeah, that's facts. Somebody said I'm lying. I'm a lie tough. See, that's how I know you don't know Steve. But that's cool though. But I guarantee you.
Steve's a good guy. He's a gentleman, y'all.
I'm trying to tell. Look, I try to tell people, but they think I would never do no shit like that. I would never do no shit like that. Cause that's just a bad tree to climb, bro. I wouldn't even know why you would do that. But anyways, before we go further.
First of all, I mean, do your fans know where you come from?
They know, but look. We ain't got to get into that. We definitely have rules. We definitely have rules, but just know that ain't in my MO.
We definitely come from a place where it's not just gonna be, we not friends no more.
Oh yeah, you would have got your ass worked. You ain't no musician, man, and ain't nobody singing. So you would have had to be careful stepping out your house. I'm gonna tell you right now. If I see you at the arcade on site, I'm gonna be like, oh, you thought it was cool, bro? Give me back my copy of The Last of Us. Give me back my Last of Us and my Final Fantasy VII. You said you came over to play games. I let you borrow an arcade stick. What?
It could be worse, depending on where you're from. And I'm not saying where anybody's from. Depending on where you're from, you could be making a very dangerous decision.
Exact. That's why I said it ain't always singers, movie stars, and people who got shit to lose. Sometimes, thugs got mamas too. I just want y'all to know.
Man, they got brothers and sisters.
They got cousins that's crazy as hell. You better be careful.
Yeah. That who are gonna do something, irregardless of how you feel.
Facts.
Just make the decision for you.
All right, here we go. We gonna go back in.
Feel like that husband, like I'm with you at the press conference. I'm that husband. Now I gotta be with you at the press conference. while you like tell the world about your transgressions. Like, I love my baby. I'm gonna stand by my baby no matter what.
Well, you know, I definitely understand why it would look that way or feel that way, but I actually don't look at it as a transgression at all. Through that particular journey, I learned so much about myself and was able to really confront a lot of emotional immaturity, emotional insecurity, and I was really able to do some really deep healing. You know, and as I came through and started to realize certain things about you and I, he decided to break all communication with me, which was totally understandable. And I let that be, and hadn't talked to him since. So it is a little weird that all this stuff is coming out now, since this was
because for me this was years ago, right? You know, so the fact that it's coming up now, and I think it could feel weird for people that we're laughing and talking about it, but
it happened so long ago.
You know, and our experiences of working through it, fighting through it, talking through it, and therapizing through it. I think that the why now is weird.
Yeah, when I say it's been a huge healing on my life, and just what I had to confront and discover, you know, about myself, the ugly truths and the beauty. So it was something that I felt like wasn't really ready to be discussed because it hadn't been that healing, because he hasn't wanted to, you know, Og and I haven't talked in so long. You know what I mean? So I don't know, this all seemed very strange, you know. But I'm grateful for the journey that you and I have had together. Because I feel like there are a lot of couples that go through those periods. And a lot of couples that have to separate and think it's over. And, you know, the one thing I'll say about you and I is that there's never been secrets.
Right. We came together young, and we were both broken in our own ways, and to be able to make mistakes without the fear of losing your family is so critical.
Yeah, is the idea of any relationship and trying to get to deeper understanding of love is going to be forged in fire. There's no way around it.
That's true.
And I think that one of the things that I'm deeply grateful in this whole process between you and I is that we have really gotten to that new place of
What's up, sadistic kid?
unconditional
Otori.
love.
Because I wasn't sure I was ever going to speak to you again.
I know.
What's up, chillin' though?
Like, the fact that I'm speaking to you again is a miracle.
I would agree.
No, but it ain't for the weak at heart. There's just certain things that you have to go through, and it's like...
And I wish, you know, I wish that wasn't the case. I do. I wish that wasn't the case.
I sure wish it could be all magic and miracles.
Yeah. You got to go through some to get the answers. You know, and I'm just happy because I definitely believe that you and I, we never, ever, ever thought that we would make it back.
There's a real power in the just knowing somebody's riding with you no matter what.
Yeah.
And you really can't know that
until you go
through some stuff, you know. I don't want to go through this no more.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
Yeah. I'm gonna get you back first, and then
you're gonna get me back. I think you got me back. I think we're good.
Damn, what was the good back? What was the get back though?
Okay, that's probably true.
You know, but
because he was out here being Will Smith.
Anybody back.
No,
right?
Okay. I'll give you that petty. That's what you want. But you know, I will definitely say it's just part of it.
Yeah.
You know, if you expect to be with somebody for a lifetime.
25 years and counting.
We ride together.
We die together.
Bad marriage for life.
I don't know. I can't laugh at that part. I can't. That is, I don't want to do that.
Did they plan on saying that?
It seems like they did. They knew exactly what each other was gonna say.
is just part of the journey.
I told you the first year we were married
What'd you tell me?
that I can love you through anything.
And I didn't believe
That's
it.
some real
If
shit,
somebody
bro.
looked through a crystal ball and said this, and this is gonna
I can
happen,
love
I'd be
you
like,
through anything.
No way.
Yeah. You thought I was that I didn't have the girth that it was going to take to ride with
I
you
didn't.
through.
Damn, the
yeah,
girth.
I didn't know if you would be willing to find the
His
deep
name is Will.
capacity to
How
love.
would he not have the will?
Yeah,
Let him
that
think
was
so.
He doing
a
great.
a truth of girth. Ugh.
Yeah.
Damn, they high-fived and everything at the end. So,
There it is.
okay. So it was something that Will Smith.
I really commend them.
I do. Hey, look. First off, I just want to say. I want somebody to. I would love to be in a relationship with somebody who could commit like that. I don't want to go through the shit it takes for both of them to understand that. Especially not this. But the fact that they can legitimately come out on publication on the internet and be like, well, look, ain't no marriage, ain't no relationship perfect. But we understand that, and we're willing to stick with each other through that. And even come on here and slightly air our shit out for other people to see. Now, Will did say we made mistakes, right? Will did say we made mistakes. That was something that was in that part of the combo, right?
He Will Smith, man. It's probably like really hard.
That's true.
Like really hard. I mean, he Will Smith. It's probably really hard not to make mistakes all the time.
I mean, we don't know what that mistake is, you know what I'm saying? And like, it seems like, I don't know, like,
Don't he have a whole nother baby?
he does, but that's from another marriage though. That don't count.
Was that a marriage or?
No, it was
No,
a marriage. It was
random
they was married.
entanglement.
Like they had like an older son or some shit, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
he been married.
Yeah, he was married before. But like I said, man, like that's what I take away from it, right? Like, so Nate, a man in a relationship in 2020, do you feel like this mindset is like something that's like actually? Do you think this is a collective mindset that like, one, that Jada was wrong, that two, that like Will must have did something? Like, what is your overall take from this? Before we go, like, I mean, I want to touch on a couple more things, but I just want to know.
She's speaking on not being happy and maybe expecting Will Smith to make her happy.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
she's speaking on the fact that she's not happy. So therefore, you know, I've been with people that were not happy and they blamed their lack of happiness on me before.
Right.
And vice versa. I've been unhappy with people
Right.
and, you know,
Same.
it is really easy to blame your significant other for
They the
you
closest
being
person
miserable.
to you. That's definitely
Right.
true. Also, can we talk about the?
Definitely
Go ahead.
need to figure out how to get out of that. You definitely need to figure out that they're not the problem, and that you know you're the problem. How you think is the problem.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing, man. When shit like this happens, like that's why I commend them both, because they didn't come in here and say, "Hey, you did this and then you did this." They literally was like, "Hey, man, we made mistakes," and with even throughout all of that, the last thing they said was like, "Yo, we in this for life." Like that's, I mean, whether that's true or not, is right now it's true, right? Hopefully,
It's very true right now.
right? As far as they're concerned, this was the test and they passed, right? Regardless of how messy it got, and they were still able to stand on it and be like, "Yo, I'm here for you." Like, I mean, like I commend Will, I commend Jada as well. I still think it's whack that my boy August came out and said some shit like that, but maybe he and put it to air. But maybe that's what he
I'll be
needed.
honest.
Maybe that's what he needed.